season, and as you can probably hear, it's raining. I wanted to get out and do some running and gunning this morning, but I'm not going to do that when it's rainy like this. My main game plan for right away this morning is to just stay dry here in the blind and maybe gather some info on where the turkeys are at by hearing some gobbles and keeping an eye on the radar. And once the rain is out of here, I'm going to try to get out of the blind and do some running and gunning. Opening day of turkey season is exciting, but man, this weather really is kind of a mood killer, so hopefully it still works out. Alright, well, it's about 8 o'clock, and I just heard a gobble off this way. A long ways, but I think I can cut some distance and maybe call it in. I just don't feel like I'm in the game here. I'm gonna at least get to this next ridge here and then call and see if I can't call that bird in. think he was a little further than what I thought he was. Hit him pretty solid, but he took off and started to run. So I chased him down, and I think he was already dead, but put another one in him just to be sure. So he's laying right over here. Looks like a good time. Let's go check him out. All right, well, that was a short turkey season for me. I sat in the blind this morning just to stay dry. I sat there till about 8 o'clock, didn't hear or see anything, and got pretty bored with that, so I decided to do some running and gunning. I heard a bird gobble in the distance a couple ridges over, so I decided to try to close the distance a little bit and see if I could call him in. And he ended up making it to the neighbor's field and was out in the field gobbling pretty good. I had him gobbling back at me quite a bit, but he just wouldn't come in. I repositioned on him and then tried to sound like two hens. I used my crystal call and my mouth call and see if that could pull him in. And he was kind of fired up. He was gobbling quite a bit, but just wasn't coming in. So while I was calling him, this bird actually ended up gobbling. It was over my right shoulder. So I spun around probably 90 degrees or so on the tree and just figured I'd focus on this guy. And ironically, at about the same time, that other bird stopped gobbling at me. And he ended up coming in. I could hear him spitting, coming in. And finally, I could see him strutting on the top of the little ridge there. And I figured him to be about 40 yards, and he was kind of coming in yet. But I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna take the shot because 40 yards is plenty good for this gun. And took the shot, and he kind of like spun around a little bit and then kind of ran. And so I wasn't expecting that. I got up to run after him, and I think he might have been a little bit further than what I thought he was. But he made it just over the hill and like laid down, looked like he was dead, but I put another one in him just to be sure. But anyways, that's that. That's the brief story of my 2025 turkey season. But you might be able to tell it's starting to rain again, so I don't want to be sitting here too long talking while my cameras get wet. But that's that. That's the story of the 2025 turkey season for me. A short one, but a fun one.